You got to have a dream. And my dream is to be a heavyweight champion of the world. I set 4 goals in life. And that is that one day, go to the Olympics. One day, buy my parents a house. And one day, be able to turn professional. Hopefully win a world title. And I know I can, because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get me there.
David, what were you wearing there? That was like the first Samoan in space on the Starship Enterprise. It was a Star Trek uniform.
Yeah, they tracked me down and they said, look, if you do us a favour, it would be much appreciated. So, you know, I got to do what I got to do, brother.
Great to see you here, mate. Great to see you on the comeback. We see a fair bit of each other during the weeks usually, but you're in great shape. You're looking there, you're working hard. Look, man, I want to ask you something here. Who's playing who here? Are you playing this big guy or is he playing you?
Well, you know, the Deaker boys have come to the party and obviously have got the biggest guy and the guy that is well ranked. And, you know, what better way than fighting someone that's well respected on paper, you know, he comes to fight. So this is a great way to get back into the ring and test myself and see where I'm at.
Kickboxing background for this guy. I mean, everyone talks about you fighting bigger men. With all respect, David, most men are taller than you anyway, let's be honest, in the heavyweight division. But this guy's a monster.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, I'm actually, I'm a monster myself, respectfully. I'm actually a lot taller when they lie down. You know, so, you know, yeah, respectfully.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah,
We're seeing you here against Lewis. I know, the biggest fight of your life, this. And I know that you had a different outcome in your mind. But he is one of the greats, Lennox Lewis. You went the distance with him.
It was great then, you know, but me personally, it wasn't good enough. You know, I think for me, I learned a lot from that fight, and that is, you know, you don't win fights just by thinking that you're going to knock everybody out. You got to put a strategy together. I mean, I thought, you know, I was going to go out and knock him out. I mean, I'm fighting against one of probably the greatest heavyweight champion of all time. So for me, what I took away was the fact that, yeah, you got to have more than just a lift up.
When you look at what you're coming up against here, this guy can go the distance. He's already won 2 fights in 12 rounds, decision. It's very hard for you to win a decision in 12 rounds, something you've only done a couple of times in your career across 58 fights. If he takes you the distance, do you still have the stamina, the will and the desire to put this guy away in 12?
Without a doubt. We've got about another 8 tough weeks, you know, of preparation, of hard work. In the gym, you know, there's no easy day for me. You know, I get killed in the gym every day, day in and day out. Some training sessions, you know, I die 3-4 times. And I guess for me, the best way to do this preparation is to die in the gym. I wouldn't have any other way.
We're watching at your gym here. You were training for the Monty Barrett fight, the last Barrett fight there. That was his jawline taped to your big bag. We know you can put the yards in, but you're not getting any younger, David. I mean, this guy, he's just had his first loss. He wants to climb back in as a contender by getting through you. You want to climb back into a contender as a contender by getting through him. I mean, I say again, who's playing who here?
Well, I know I'm fighting for the right reason. You know, I can think about 3-4 things that I'm very, very good at, that I can certainly make a living, you know, out of it without getting hit. But, you know, boxing, you know, I love the sport. You know, it's a fire that burns from within. And training day in and day out, you know, getting punished every day, you know, there's no fun. But for me, I need to suffer every possible training session for it allows me to perform to the very, very best. I mean, I might not win, but I can guarantee you this. I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to perform to the very best. The difference since the Cameron fight to every other fight after that, you know, I was in great shape, but I wasn't in fighting shape. So to get back to train with Lee again, it's been fantastic, because I really believe this will allow me to perform very, very, very well.
You're a national treasure, David. You're one of our great athletes of all time.
Humble servant, brother.
You've been on the biggest stage in boxing. You've signed up with Deaker. Deaker can put a good event together. Is this the company that's going to give you justice by putting this fight in the right place with the right card at the right time?
Absolutely, absolutely. I know I have the love and the passion of boxing, But I believe, I need the right people behind me. And to have the Deaker boys behind me make things a lot easier. Now I can go out and train and concentrate and focus on what I need to stay focused on. That is prepared myself well and show up on fight night and give it all.
How do you get back up? You have been through so much in your career. You've made millions, you've lost millions, you've been to the top, you've been at the bottom. How do you get back up, find the motivation to get back in that gym, to take on a guy like Ustinov, who is a genuine contender, David, and get in there and punish your body again? Where do you find the will?
I think at the end of the day, with all the challenging times that I've encountered and faced, I could have easily taken an easy way out and say, you know what, I'll retire, I'll quit, and probably made every possible excuses there is in the world. But that's not what I stand for. That's not what my parents brought me up to be. I think at the end of the day, it's about going after your dream. It's about setting goals, about not giving up. It's about getting up and having another go. And this is a perfect example for that, because I believe at the end of the day, it's not about talking, it's about living. And me, more importantly, I'm doing probably the hardest thing, and that is living. That's all I can do.